Cannot listen to other people about me. You know that. Most people who meet me hate me on sight. Those that don't hate me 10 minutes later. There is nobody that I can tell the truth to about how I feel and what I really think except for you. Okay? Because nobody gets me the way that you do.
Get you? Maybe I did, but I don't anymore. You were supposed to catch a plane and follow me and Michael. Instead, you went to the Quartermaines and said I was a kidnapper. Why?
Because it was the only way.
To do what?
To make sure that Michael can have a life with us.
Now, let me guess, Carly. You have a long story to tell me, just like that night you came to me about Michael before he was born, right?
Sort of like that, yeah. Yeah. Okay, Jason, look, okay, I know that taking Michael and leaving the country was my idea. You gave me all these great reasons for staying, but I didn't hear them until you guys had actually already left. You know, I was here and I was alone and I was packed. I was ready to go. And then I started to think, what's it going to be like, the three of us living in some other country? We wouldn't have any friends. Ever. We would be afraid to know anybody. For the rest of our lives, we'd have to lie to Michael. We could never tell him his real name or the truth about anything. And then here, he's got Leticia, he's got Mike, and he's even got that crazy friend of yours that lives across the hall. Who, by the way, hates me, and guess what? The feeling is totally mutual. He's got Benny, and he's got Johnny, he's got Francis, and those guys treat Michael like he's royalty. And he's got that priest at the Queen of Angels Church, you know, the one who always knows his name. He's got a great-grandmother here. He's got your stupid little sister who I know you love, and I know Emily loves you. But I'm sorry, she's more like a lady wrestler than a model. And most amazingly of all, he's got Bobby. A woman who I have tortured for my entire life that she's known me, and yet by some miracle she has decided to love me and my baby. And I'm going to walk away from that. I'm going to take Michael away from that, and I'm going to make you walk away from a life that you have built here for yourself. No, you listen to me, okay? You always pretend like things and places don't mean anything to you, but I know that they do. I know that they do. And I started to feel like Robin.
Oh.
What, like I'm whining for you, you know, to move to Paris with me. And I had all this stuff, Jason. This stuff was just jostling around in my head, and there was a knock at the door at the same time. It was AJ. And he had another court order for a blood test, and I just thought, you know what? The hell with it. We can not only fight this, like you said, but we can win.
Stop. Now, I want you to tell me, what did we win by telling the world that I'm the kind of guy who steals babies?
Jason, look, the best way for us to fight the Quartermaines is for them to think that I'm on their side. I accused you of kidnapping our baby because I wanted them to think that I turned on you. Look, I knew it was harmless enough. A father and a son on a trip. That's what you two still are legally. How can that be kidnapping? It can't. And it's worked so far. The police can't do anything to you. Edward is starting to trust me. Even your brother's come around.
What good is that going to do Michael? Carly, if AJ gets custody, what difference does it really make if you're on their side or you're pretending to be on their side? Michael's going to be stuck in that house.
Yeah, well, I don't see a way around that.
Well, you know what? If it comes to that, we will leave the country.
No, Jason, you're not listening to me.
No, Carly, you're not listening to me. Okay? You can stay here and keep catching the world off guard, but Michael and I do not have to.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm sure that's what Sonny thought you should do. Keep my son and not come back because I was two-timing trash and not worth your time? You know, I knew that I was taking the gamble of a lifetime when I knocked on that Quartermaine door. Everybody else was going to think that I was selling out my own son for a set of monogram sheets, but not you. Not you. Because you know me, Jason. You know me, and you know that I love my son. And that's why you brought him back anyway, and that is why you are not gonna take him away from me. Even though things are sure to get worse before they get better.
Worse? How?
Only for a little while.
Carly, how can things get worse?
Before you and Michael and I can be together, I think I'm gonna have to marry AJ.
The man who's gonna have you sent back to Ferncliff again, that's who you want to marry?
And that is why. The day that AJ tried to use that hellhole to terrorize me is the day that the gloves came off, okay? Being Michael's biological parent entitles him to exactly nothing. Not only that, but it entitles me to do whatever I have to do to make sure that my son doesn't turn out anything like AJ. He's a freak.
How is marrying AJ going to accomplish that?
Face facts, okay? You're a criminal. I'm a mental patient. People like us do not win against people like the Quartermains at their own game. Edward and AJ have nothing better to do than to prove that we're unfit to raise a child. They have all the money and all the experts in the world to do it. Jason, all we'll get to decide is how we lose Michael. So I'm choosing a way that I know how to undo.
Never mind what makes sense. How about this? AJ hates you,
Yeah,
Carly.
but he hates you more. He is pathologically jealous of you. It's incredible, really. All I have to do is tell him how mean you are to me and how afraid of you I am, and he's there, like that. A knight in shining armor. Sibling rivalry, it's a curse. Plus, you know, he's always had a thing for me.
Yeah, well, I think that kind of cooled off when you drugged him and threw him in the alley.
He's gonna want Michael to have his name. He's gonna insist that he is declared the rightful father. And Edward will insist that his great-grandson be legitimate.
You and AJ?
Yeah. And that's when I go to work and bring him down.
Bring him down?
AJ is so full of himself. When he thinks he's beaten you, he will be on top of the world. That is a long way to fall. And you believe me, okay? You mark my words one way or another. He will. And when he is broken and he is beaten and hating himself for the loser that he is, I will file for divorce and sole custody. Start to finish, I think it'll take about a year, maybe less. Say by Michael's second birthday, I'll be free. I'll be rich. And I'll be on my way home to you with our little boy, and the three of us can be happy the way that we planned. Well?
This has got to be, without a doubt, the dumbest idea I've ever heard. Marrying AJ is not fighting AJ. It's letting him roll over you. Don't you understand? If he wants to have you committed, he'll actually have some legal standing. And what about Edward? He's the one pulling the strings. Even if you manage to shake AJ, Edward's not going to let Michael out of the house.
Edward is not going to have custody, Jason.
Carly, if everything goes exactly the way you say, which I've never yet seen happen, this is going to be a disaster. Do you want Michael to spend a year in that house with those people? Carly, he's going to be confused. He's going to be scared. The Quartermains aren't going to let me near him. No, the best thing by far is for you not to even go back there.
Oh, what am I going to say, Jason? Hey, you know what? There wasn't really a kidnapping. I made it up. Hello, Ferncliff?
Well, hey, I agree. You made a mistake, and you made things a lot worse, but what else is new? The best thing for Michael is for me and you to go for custody.
Of course, it's the best thing, but it can't happen.
Yeah, well, and I can't imagine delivering Michael to the Quartermain mansion. If you want me to fight you and AJ both, I will. It's not as crazy as it sounds.
I didn't say it was.
Michael's home. He's always been with me. Even the judge said so this afternoon.
The custody hearing? You got temporary custody? Oh, thank God. Thank God for that. I gotta go. AJ knows where I am.
Why are you crying?
Because, Jason, temporary custody might be the last you're ever gonna see of your son for the rest of his life if you won't listen to me. You go for sole custody, and AJ will just propose to me sooner to make us look better in court, which we will. You're not getting it, okay? The more you fight me, the worse it's gonna get for you. I know you must hate me right now.
You're just doing to me what you do to everybody else.
You stop.
And I knew my turn would come.
You are not everybody to me, okay? You are Michael's father, and you are the man that I trust more than anybody in the world. I am not selling you out. I am not selling out our son. I am trying to tell you, I can make a life for us if you'll just listen to me and trust in me. Can't you do that? Why can't you do that, Jason? Don't you remember when I was in Ferncliff all those months? What did you tell me? Just trust in me and everything will be okay. And I did. And it was. Now it's your turn, okay? It's your turn. It is my turn to come through for the three of us. And don't you worry about Michael. He's like me. He's made out of really strong stuff, and he will never, ever give up on you either.
What if it blows up in your face? What if it doesn't go according to plan and you and Michael are trapped there?
Then you'll come and get me. Like you always do. Because that's who you are to me, Jason, and that's who you are to Michael. You're the one that we count on when everything else fails. I gotta go. I gotta go before
Carly,
AJ...
don't do this.
I can't do anything else. It's too late, Jason. Is Michael in his room? No, I don't dare. I don't want AJ to know that I'm gone.
No, wait.
What? What did you do?
What I do every time when you're not with Michael. I take a picture of him every day.
Jason? I love you so much. I gotta go.
Mom, Michael. But she she does not think like other people. Now look, when you learn to cross the street, you're gonna do it like I do. Baba, yes, you're gonna do it like I do. You're gonna start at one curve, and you're gonna walk to the other. Now see, your mom would rather climb a tree, set it on fire, and hope the fireman would come and carry her across. Yeah. That's what she calls a plan. And now she's got a new one. That might end up having you leaving me for a while. But I'm gonna fight, Michael. Not to let that happen. But even if it does, I'm gonna come and get you.
Papa.
Okay?
Papa.
Even if you don't see me, that doesn't mean I'm gone.
Papa.
I'm always
Papa.
gonna come back for
Papa.
you.